welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to my YouTube channel if you are new. I'm your host, Farron. I use she, they, they pronouns, and I post videos on Tuesdays and Fridays. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. I do appreciate you, and I'm so excited for today's video. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite books growing up, meaning from middle school to high school. I have them right here. I was going to do just 5, but I feel like if I just left one of them out, it would not fully capture who I was as a person. I don't know. But before we begin, I gotta give myself a little bit of promo. I have a TikTok where I post fun videos, an Instagram where I post fun pics, and a Twitter where I post fun retweets. I also have a Goodreads where I post fun book reviews, all linked in the description box below. And let's get into the video. Okay. So in no particular order, or in particular order. Should I go in chronological order? No, because I don't remember which order they were in. Dilemma. Okay, so. Okay. This is Forbidden Romance. Nightshade by Andrea Cremer. So you can kind of see. Cover, amazing. I reread this series at least twice. But in this, she is a wolf. She is an alpha. She's the alpha female, and she is betrothed to the alpha male of her group, and meets. She's on a run on a mountain and ends up running into a human and ends up biting him. And he becomes a werewolf too, and starts falling in love with him. And she's supposed to be with this other guy, so she has to keep it secret. But she's also supposed to show him around because he's new in town and stuff. But he's kind of important, and then she finds out why he's important, and then kind of rebels. I love this series so much. I have all 3 of them, and I love that they are all the covers match, the sides of them match, they're all cohesive, and this book is really good. You should definitely check out the series if you haven't already read it. Okay. This one. Okay, so this is In the Summer by Jennifer Echols. This is a duology. I'm pretty sure that both of them I'm pretty sure it's a duology and the 2 of them are in here. Let's make sure. Yeah. The first one is Boys Next Door, and the second one oh yeah, the second one's In the Summer. But in this book, she has a crush on his older brother and decides that and asks him to fake date her so she can make him jealous and want him. This fake dating trope. The first one I've read. And ends up falling for her best friend. And he has ADHD. Back in the day, it was ADD because this was before they switched to just ADHD. And this is the first time I didn't really think about it much in 8th grade. Well, I kind of did, but thought about it more in high school when I got this book, because the first one I read, I borrowed it from a friend, and then I had to get the second one, so I got this when I was 15 years old, and I started questioning if I had ADHD after reading this book, because we had some similar things going on, and I kind of came to the conclusion that I did have ADHD, but didn't talk to someone about it, because who would believe a 15-year-old saying, hey, I think I have ADHD, and so kind of just kept it to myself. But this is the reason why I kind of figured it out, and finding out about almost 10 years later that it was true, that after more research on it, I do have ADHD. So this was the book that led to some answers that I just needed to think about a little bit more. Also, finding research back then was very challenging because most of it was on like boys, and that wasn't going to be helpful for me. But I love this series. It's such a good books. But yeah, we're gonna talk about this book. Okay, so this is the second one. I don't have the first one. I got it at the library and then had to get the second one. It's a hardcover. I'm gonna show you the cover because it's kind of cute. So it's like purple and has like this like fun texture on it, and like the side is so pretty. But the first book is called Halo. You can see that. And I loved this series. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about the first one because I don't remember what the second one was about, even though I kind of do. So 3 angels come down from heaven, and I don't know what they're doing, but they have to like make themselves more human and are kind of insert themselves into like human culture and life. And she ends up going to school and ends up falling in love with a human, which is totally against the rules. That's not what their mission was. And yeah, having to navigate through that. The second one, she gets taken by Hades and they have to rescue her. So most of this book she is in the underworld. And yeah, I love this series. Third one, they are in college, and it's that I love this series. I think I was back in the day, they had a lot of angel books come out, and I loved all of them. Some more than others. This I think would have been one of my favorites out of all the ones I read. But if you haven't read the series, check it out. It's pretty good. Yeah. Let me talk about this one. This is like I don't read that many sci-fi books, but this one is sci-fi. I would say science fiction. Because it's like not on Earth, and there's spaceships and there's different planets, and it's like a school that she gets accepted to, and she is like the struggling, and he's the privileged guy, and they're competitors and kind of enemies to lovers, but I loved this book, and I was like, is there a second one? There's no second one. There's just this one, and it's not that big of a read, but I did enjoy myself reading this book. I've read it multiple times, and it's good. It's so good. It's just like an exclusive school, an unexpected romance, a dangerous secret, and this secret is pretty shocking. I loved it. Such a good book. One of my favorites, definitely. Okay, now I wish I had Scorpio Recess with me, because that is like my favorite of the Maggie's books, but we have Raven Boys. I have 3 out of the 4 books. The other 2 are hardcover. I don't even have, I'm not a hardcover kind of person. I'm surprised that this one has its cover on it, because I usually take them off and then lose them, because that's what happened to like 4 of them. But Raven Boys, about a group of guys who are like best friends, and they go to see a fortune teller, and a fortune teller tells them he has like a year to live, and then they try to go on this like fun adventure to prevent that from happening. And it's kind of love triangle. I knew from like the beginning, because like love triangle, because like we knew she was supposed to end up with one, because it kind of says it. But the she ends up dating one of the friends and stuff. But this is I love this. Maggie is one of my favorite authors. I have to say that. So we have to check this book out. Give it a try. Maybe you like it. Okay, so I did save the best for last. My number one favorite book on the entire planet. This one started my whole this started something, awoken something in me, and I was 12 years old. Like falling in love with assassin when you're 12 years old is insane. Poison Study. As you can see, she's well loved. I love this book so much that I want in my will that I want to be buried with this particular copy because it's my favorite book. If you don't know what Poison Study is, it is about a victim of assault ending their lives, her abuser's life, and having to she's in jail for a year and having to become the food taster for the commander, and it's being trained by his assassin in studying poison, which is the name of the book, and ends up falling for the assassin. And she also learns how to fight, and I would say it's found family. People like that. It's not the reason why I was reading it, but loved it. Loved the entire series. One of my favorite series of all time, and I am due for a reread. Of this series, but that is all of the books I want to talk about in this video, so you can kind of see them. The one hardcover. I don't really like hardcover because the paper gets in the way. It's sliding out as we speak. So I usually, while I'm reading it, I take them off, and then I proceed to lose them. So I don't really buy hardcovers. But that is all for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up if you would like, subscribe if you want to, and hit that bell notification so you're notified when I upload. I try to upload on Tuesdays and Fridays, and my social medias are all linked in the description box below. If you would give me a follow, that'd be really nice, and I really appreciate it. Until next time, drink some water, eat a snack, play with your joy, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!